Hey everyone, so before you jump into this thermostat app investigation, um, I'll create this video to kind of walk you through how I might look at this and explore it and poke around. And then, but I don't want to take too much away from you, so you can certainly try to go through this first and then come back and look at this video whenever you'd like to. First thing I'll do is I'll go ahead and make this full screen so it's a little bit easier to see. And I'm going to run this app, and when I click on the this up button, the temperature increases. And when I click on the down button, the temperature decreases. You will notice I have a number here. There's a small space after the 1, and then there's the letter F. And if I go to the design mode and I click on some things, so that is my temperature text. This is my up button. This is my down button. And that's just the app name up there at the top and a little image. I think that's all that's there. So let me go back to the code. And it did say to do this, to make a watcher for the temp variable. So let's talk about this for a second. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And so typically what we do is we declare our variables at the beginning. So these are the purple blocks, and there are two variables. There is a temp variable. My guess is that stands for the temperature, and it starts out at 70. There's another variable called temp F, and this is just like quotes with nothing in it. So this is getting ready for like words or letters to come in there. That's going to be a string. This is a number, so that's we could add it together, and this is a string. Now, when I clicked on the down button, so this is the down button event. When I click on the down button, I set the temperature variable to temperature -1. So if temperature was 70, it's now going to be 69, then it's going to be 68, then it's going to be 67. And then the temp F variable gets set to whatever the new temperature is, which got set in line 8. And it concatenates this space with a little f behind it. So up here at the top, we set up this variable to be ready for a string or a sentence. And down here, we make it equal to the number concatenated with this symbol here, a space and an f. And that's where we have the space between the 0 and the f right here at the top. Now the same thing works, before I do this, what we do is we're setting the temperature, or setting the text of the temperature text to whatever temp F is. And then we're playing that little clicking sound as we go. The other button, the up button, does the same thing. When I click on the up button, the temperature gets increased by 1. That's what the temp +1 means. And that temp F variable, I set it to whatever the temperature is, and I add that little space with an F next to it. And then I set the temperature text. That's what this is. This was the temperature text. So I set it equal to the temperature plus that little space followed by an F, and I play that little clicking sound. Now, it's set up here in the instructions. If I scroll up the instructions, it did say create a watcher for the temp variable and run the code. So it's not hard to create a watcher. It's very easy to create a watcher variable. So I go down here to the watchers in the lower right-hand corner, and I click on temp, and I click on add. And what will happen, I'm going to have to zoom out a little bit to see this. What will happen is, pay attention down here to the right corner. When I run the app, right away the temperature variable is set to 70 because that's what it was set up originally in my problem. And then I click on the up arrow, notice that it changes, it increases, and then it goes down. Now let me reset this for a second. I'm going to set this variable here to 75. Cool. And I'm going to change this -1 to 5. And I'm going to change this F down here to a Steve. And I'm going to change this to a 2. But I'm not going to change that anywhere. So let's see what happens when we make these changes. You may want to pause this and make a prediction to yourself what you think is going to happen. So I'm going to run. When I click on the up arrow, the temperature goes up by 2s. Now notice it started at 75, so let me reset it. So my temperature starts when I run. It should have started at 75. It is not. So I'm kind of, because I probably did not set that. So anyway, so 75, then I keep adding 2, but when I go down like this, it changes to 63 Steve, and then I click back up, and then I click back down, and so that's how you can make those changes over yonder. So I'll pause this video and let you kind of tinker around with this. This is in bubble number 2, and I'll go to the next one. We'll look at the next one together.